Hey guys, welcome everyone to the semi-final of EL and A side. It's one of the most awaited games of the season. Immortals versus Chai. I think it's the first time. Has it been a year since they faced each other? If I'm not mistaken.
Probably a year or more. It's a,
Yeah,
it's a real callback match.
it is because I think last time they played against each other in the Hot Fall tournament, and I think just before that it was GTL season 5 or 4,
Yeah,
and
feels like.
if the memory serves me right, Immortal did win those, and then kind of stopped playing for a year. Now they're back, and I think Chai they're on an unbeaten streak for a long time. I think the last time they lost was when they played against ABC, and Dip
Yeah,
and
true.
Dip was calling. That's the only game I remember. It's
We
just
beat them on a global map.
yeah, that was one game. That doesn't make any
Yeah, one
difference.
game on Sand River.
Not what I meant was like a best of five, right? Because one game
True.
it is I guess easier to win than
True. Just have to get lucky once.
yeah, you have to get lucky once. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this should be an exciting game because in models, they seem to have all their main team
They have all the
present here.
regulars.
Yeah, they're regular players, but Darkness is missing. So I don't know what's his excuse. And overall, Chai side looks like they have their regular seven as well. I think they didn't had all their main players last week, but they didn't needed them either. I guess it was a comfortable game for them. Well, who they were playing, they did
It
play.
was
It was naive because naive didn't have their players either.
right. They're
But
missing
regardless, this
the
should be an exciting game. What do you think, Farron? What do you
should be.
will win?
Arctic Region's kind of a
That is
bad
true.
map, but
I don't know, but we did win last few games in Arctic region, so it's my new favorite fact.
right. I guess it's our specialty now is
Yeah,
playing Arctic Region,
because no one else plays it, so we have
and we have
slight
the
advantage.
unfortunate
Hmm.
we've played it too many times.
Yeah, not a fan of this map though.
Yeah, maybe the whip something out, something fancy out tonight, and
Hmm.
we haven't tried yet in Arctic Region. Or maybe they'll just YOLO aside, get it over with.
No, but I expect. Well, Chai always plays on in the way Chai plays is they take position and then they just out trade the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
Just
very
be better.
difficult. Yeah, it's just very difficult to out trade them. We'll see if how models perform because the models I think they play on I guess finding the weak spots and then capitalizing on that. They get the information and
A bit more reactionary, I suppose.
mhm. Yes, it's about time. We're 5 minutes over and they haven't started the game. What's going on? We have all the players here.
And pick is on.
What chat they're using? Math chat 2. Okay, they're talking about blind pick. This is best of five. The first game is Arctic Region. Second is Murovanka, and then Sandbreaker. Sand River is the tiebreaker.
Sender for his tiebreaker is pretty unfortunate.
Hmm. I think I always say that I feel defense is easier on Sand River than attack, but
Yeah.
maybe not for Chai. It's all the
I don't
same.
know. It's
No, I
still
think.
Sand River, no matter how
Hmm.
good you are, right?
Yeah, to be honest, whichever team. I think they have to flip sides after each game. So, Immortals at the home, right? They play defense on Arctic region first, then
Yes, they get
they'll end up being the defending team in Sand River.
mm, home field advantage then,
So I think if they do end up being a tiebreaker, Immortals might be at a slight advantage there, considering they have already tied 2-2.
assuming they make it to a tiebreaker.
Models picked all their tanks. Tubbins, Tanks, Desert, Bottle, Nate, and Willows. If I have to guess, yeah, I think Tubbin, it's Tubby 2P, I think he renamed himself. And then on Chai side, we have Fear, Lemur, Everjack, Tankiller, Magna, Kellen. They had one more player. I think he left. Oh, it was Derdorian. He joined briefly, but maybe might have some connection issues.
Not good enough for Chai, got kicked. Alright, both sides are picked.
Looking at the, from what we can see, Chai has one premium tank and Immortals do not. What will be that premium? QL? Valor? I think it will be Valor.
Probably Valor.
Okay, let's.
Can't imagine they'd run a 268.
So going over lineup on Chai, we have Fear in CS, Tankiller in I7, Callan in Batchat, Enfi in Chieftain, Magna Manticore, Everjack in QL, and Lemur in Chieftain.
Then over on Immortal side, we have Tanks in the Chieftain, Desert in the Chieftain, Willows and Nate in IS7s, Tubbins in the Banchat, Hothold in the CS, and
This
4005.
I'm just saying that 4005 looks familiar. Just saying. That's all I'm
doing a bit of copying here.
Okay, maybe yesterday when our game was streamed, Bob did 5k damage from that spot in F4005. Maybe Sir Tubbins can.
They're already blind firing the FV.
And Magna Strike to spot Nate here. They do have two tanks in that dip, Nate and Willows.
Chai crossed to A5 for free.
FV fired but missed. Nate took a shot though. Not sure who it was. I think it was CS that penned Nate for. Yep, it was the CS since Batchet is reloading. Or sorry, rotating.
Backside, yeah.
It's taking control of the B line. And probably they'll rotate out after. Here's getting to C2. Trying to punish Nate. I think he will pen Nate. Nate's overexposing here. Or over peaking.
Here takes a hit, so they still got trade after that.
Who shot Fear? Was it the CS? Yeah, it was. Sorry, Batchat. Tubbins.
Yeah, the Batchat.
They blind fire Tubbins. Nate takes another shot. Chai is really good at blind firing. They hit Tubbins, but did not pen. He hit his tracks. F4005 took a hit as well. They're up on HP, but again they have to attack, so
it's a very slight advantage. Imagine they'll put the Manicorn cap soon, but maybe
they are waiting a little longer. They want to spot Desert there and see if Fear can put some shots in Desert. Just want to see, is this Chieftain? He can be in cover. fire again, and he shot Manticore. Manticore's down to one shot. W2P hit Manticore for 1300 plus. He shot Hash.
Yeah,
he didn't.
That's really bad for Chai.
It is. Not to mention he got that shot for free since they didn't have anyone. Well, they do have two Chieftains, but they were not looking. Even the Batchat was there. I'm just surprised how Kellen and those two Chieftain did not hit 4005. Maybe he was not spotted.
Must not have been spotted, maybe. Maybe it was a weird angle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I think as long as the Mortals holds positions, don't lose anyone for free, this will be a really hard game for Chai to win.
It is, yeah. They have those two I7s there. If they push the I7s, the Chieftain and CS can punish them. Meanwhile, we have tanks holding the backside. Bottle Ranger, he keeps rotating back and forth to make sure no one's sneaking up on from the backside.
Yeah, as long as they don't get anxious and push the backside, they're in a great position.
Tank Killer pushing forward in the I7.
Maybe
Nate takes another shot. Nate has to be careful. He's rotating because they know that they will be pushing now since they don't have a light tank to cap. So maybe Nate and Willows will rotate, switch position. Tabi did get shot though. Callan put a shot in 4005.
Be interesting if they just push down the one line, because it's only the bat chat holding that, so.
It is, but they don't know that. They don't know where the chieftain is. Pushing that one side is very risky. Very risky. Like even in pubs.
Killer made it up.
He made it there, yeah, but he can't push any forward. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it also doesn't get you anything. Take that space.
That is true. Not looking good for Chai at this point. Gonna be tough. Magna getting on cap here. He has to try. I think if Tank Killer looks at the ditch, he could spot those two, keep those I7 and Desert spotted.
That's probably what they're gonna. Yeah, this looks like City's rotating over to do.
Yeah, their backside is secure, and there will be. He took a shot, spotted Desert. They traded.
HP is pretty equal.
HP is equal, no, and now it's even difficult for the I7 to spot the light tank. They have to blind fire. He will, he has to peek, and Tank Killer will put like maybe 2 shots. So if Willows come, it has to be Willows since Nate's down to already down to 2 shots.
Yeah, and the CS is up on the backside over at E9 along with that. I mean, that heavy going around, it's really ambitious. Tank's going up to backside.
Backside. Yeah, he does not support because, if there's a bat chat can take out the CS. It's down to 39 seconds.
I think Wills needs to go in and they just need to make sure that the light tank dies. Because the light tank dies, I think
they're in a good spot. But Willows, he peeked through the mid, took shot. Now they're down to 27 seconds. Willows take another shot. They're bleeding a lot now. Willows, he cannot spot the light tank. Maybe that CS just has to YOLO in to get the spot. Nate takes another damage. Chai are up on 2k HP now. They were down 1k HP, but now they're up on 2k. Bottle Ranger coming for spot.
Yeah, I mean, they did great. They got the mana core down to a 1-shot and then. Well,
6 seconds.
Spotted here by the CS. And,
4 seconds. No.
Actually, the bad chat's good.
Willows might spot. It's 1. It's over.
Wow.
They had. They had a huge advantage with 4005. Hitting that light tank, they were up on HP.
Yeah, I hate to say it's a big throw, but it's.
But again, the light tank was still 1 HP. At rank is as dangerous as as long as it's alive. They still had 7 tanks.
True.
But
I guess they just. Well, I feel like the 2 IS-7s in the ditch, they bled a lot of HP, and then if they just committed and gone for the light tank immediately, because I feel like they were a bit wishy-washy with their play. They waited a bit and they got hit for it. I think if they just committed in and spotted that mana core,
maybe it could have been
at least
better.
dealt with that problem.
Okay, going over score on high side, we have Fear and CS with 2000 damage, Kellen Batch at 1800, Lemorin Chieftain with 1500, Tank Killer and I7 with 977, average Jack and QL 1 shot of damage, and Finn Chieftain with 1 shot, and Magna and Manticore with 1 shot as damage as well. But he did cap them out.
He did win the game.
Yeah, he did win the game. Stayed alive,
Over on Immortal side, W2P in the 4005 doing 1300, almost one-shotting the mana core. I think it's a bit of a low roll, so you got a bit unlucky. Desert and the Chieftain doing 1,200. Tubbins the Batchat doing 2 shots of damage. Tanks and the Chieftain doing 1 shot. Then Nate and Pothole and Willis all doing 0 damage.
Yeah, I feel as you're saying, if both those I7s had stayed forward, they could have spotted Manticore. They would have. They would
Even if
have
they lose
taken.
one
Yeah.
ISM for it, they've dealt with the problem. They
Mm-hmm.
can't get capped out anymore. They have the
Yeah.
backside.
Yeah. That's why sometimes that ditch isn't the greatest play. Putting tanks in the ditch because it's not as easy to get the spot a light tank as it seems.
Especially with Manicore.
Mm-hmm.
Bit better camo than 200.
It does.
Slightly better.
Yeah, slightly better camo, slightly better view range. Tire up 1-0. Again, it is Arctic region, don't know how much. Definitely, it's like a new addition to the comp. Relatively new. It's not like other maps.
I do
That
feel the meta has pretty much settled on
Arctic
what
region.
Chai did. Yeah, you bait with a light tank and you hope to make a mistake.
Yeah, punish them. And I think that was the reason team used to just push the C2. Even the defending teams in the beginning, they just push it C2, but then they can get overmatched.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a tough map to defend, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I think attacking definitely has the advantage.
I do feel that as well. You have the freedom to rotate around. And not to mention, even Pothole, he didn't rotate it around, but it's just very difficult to spot the Manticore in that spot. And he was in a dip as well. There was a little dip,
Yes, he
like,
was in a different spot.
yeah, if he got spotted, he would have died because, it was very difficult to get out of that spot. But he took his chances because that was the best spot there to cap.
But I think they had lost so much HP getting the Manticore that at that point they probably would have lost anyways.
Anyway, yeah. They had lost a lot of HP too. And they were all
They
out of
needed to get
position
the
as well.
Manticore down
Yeah.
without without losing, so much HP.
Yeah, that's why I think sometimes it's better to, be a little bit proactive. But, easier said than done, considering how we lost to Immortal this morning.
True.
Okay, corruption this time. Both teams have one premium tank. Maybe it's QL again. Tanks could be in Valor though. But I have a feeling average Jack is QL.
Yeah, I feel like Chai likes the QL, so I imagine it's probably a QL again.
Okay, going our lineup. On Immortal side, we have Nate, I7, Desert and Chieftain, Tanks and Valor, Willows, I7, Sir Tubbins and Tubbins in Batchat, Bottle Ranger and CS.
Over on Chai's side, we have Averjack in the QL, we have Enfi in the Chieftain, Lemur in the Chieftain as well, Tankula in the IS7, Kellen in the Batchat, Fear in the CS, and Magna in the Chieftain.
Enfi took a shot.
Like,
Chais are
looks
going
like
in.
we're getting a YOLO.
They are pushing. Chai wasn't expecting that play. And Ferig will go down. They're not waiting around. Chai are not in position, so they might lose a tank here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sir Tubbins need to be low. The Tubbin will survive. And now, out of the ice isn't destroyed, and these guys can get out of here for free as well. Triple cap.
Ooh.
Average got set on fire. Yeah, I think he was rotating where Kellen is to get reset down to 12 seconds. This is going to be a quick, one of a very quick round, down to 9 seconds. And Kellen's the only one, and he didn't manage
to have resets because they're a bit over peaking. But I think if they just drop down, Kellen won't have resets.
Yeah, that's what. Maybe let's switch to Kellen's camera here. Down to 14 seconds.
They're up almost 2k in HP as well.
Yeah, models are up
Just
and
3k
they
now.
got a tank. Yeah, Kellen does have resets, making shots count. Lemur got into a position, but he overpeaked and has lost all his age because all the bad chat, they just clipped Lemur and they got another tank for free. Now models are up on tanks.
Looks like the YOLO claims another one.
I don't know, is it a YOLO if it works? Like, if you don't die, I don't think it's YOLO. It's called a push. And that round will go to Immortals, you know.
I think if they had the they're missing the FE. If they had the FE and they could delete one of those mediums going in.
No, I think that wasn't the. What I feel was since Immortal didn't have a light tank, I should have focused more on this side because you can't really cap.
Anticipated.
Yeah, you can't really cap the other side without a light tank.
I think that's true.
But Immortals did have very aggressive and coordinated play and caught Chai off guard. And then Lemur he peaked, but yeah, I don't think he could have done much considering those bad chats
No,
were sitting there with their clip loaded.
once the Chieftain went down and they didn't have enough.
Yeah, Kellen was reloading as well.
They...
Kellen tried to get as many resets as he could, but
once they didn't get enough value out of pushing the Chieftain, it's basically over. They need to kill at least one medium when they push a Chieftain.
Okay, so on score, Nate and I7, 2k damage. I think he's the one that set average Jack on fire. Bottle in CS 1700 damage. Desert and Chieftain 1200. Sir Tubbins and Tube. I don't know. Tubbin Bad Chat with 1200. Tanks and Valor 900. Then Tubbins and Bad Chat with 2 shots of damage. Willows, no damage. He was focusing on, capping, which was their play. But Nate's the one with the most cap points. 69. Who was the third tank? Oh, Tanks and Valor.
Over on Chai's side, Envy and the Chieftain doing 3 shots of damage to those mediums that came in. I think he hit all the shots then. Yep, 3 for 3, which is good. They're all going in. At least he got his damage. Kellen in the bat chat doing 2 shots of damage. Lemur and the Chieftain doing 2 shots. Fear in the CS doing 1 shot of damage. Magnet 200 doing 300 damage. Hammerjack getting set on fire, unfortunately doing 24 damage. HE shot, I guess?
Yeah. For reset.
And then Tank in the IS7, unfortunately doing 0.
Yeah, I think a little bit of misplay on Chai's part to, notice that they don't have a light tank.
Yeah, I think the QL had been watching the cross, maybe even actually the I7 maybe and the QL. I mean, at least 2 more shots on those mediums, which probably would have definitely tied it up to 6-6, and then a lot better position.
Now it's Muro. It's not Arctic region anymore. We did say that Arctic attack is easier in Arctic region.
I guess we are proven right.
Yeah, I'm also surprised that Tabin survived because I did have 2 tanks on the hill, a Chieftain and a CS. I think maybe they were not looking.
Just not quite enough damage. I think they needed, probably if they just had 1 more tank there to watch that cross, would have certainly died for it. It's interesting that Murra is almost the same style of map as Arctic region, where you can YOLO 1 cap or you can slow play the other cap.
Is it every map like that? You can YOLO 1 cap and or slow play the other
I feel
cap?
like if you're, well, not so much, because I feel like in Murra, like, the only play on B cap is to YOLO it out. Slow play B cap.
No, for example, in Proc, right? You can rush the, track side of the cap. Or in Sand River, you rush the B cap or slow play the A cap. So I'm just saying, a lot of maps are like that. One's a rush cap and the other one's a slow play cap.
I suppose, but I think Murrow and Arctic region are bigger offenders of being like that.
We don't have enough. And no one wants 7 days of premium. Maybe we have to close this one, give the T42.
There we go. Both sides finally picking 7.
We will start another one. Hopefully, more people will be interested in a light tank. Both teams ready. The score is 1-1.
Let's see what we get this time.
On the model side, we have Desert and Chieftain, tanks in Chieftain, Jackie Chieftain, Willows I7, Nate I7, Tubbins Batchat. No, sorry. Okay. Tubby in Batchat and Tubbins in Super Kongs. No light tank from Immortal. Are they defending or are they attacking?
Attacking. So then on Shy's side, we have Emphy, Fear, and Lemur, all 3 in Chieftains. We have Aberjack and the Valor, Tankkiller in I7, Telnet in Batchat, and Magna in the T100.
Maybe they're going for an aggressive ACAP play. However, or a slow ACAP play.
Well, certainly looks like it might be at least close to an ACAP YOLO here.
Mm-hmm. The Batchat spotting the light tank. Both sides have them rushing into the cap, and I don't know how they convinced Nate to make this play. He does not believe that this play works, especially against Chai. How?
I7s are in the cap.
Yeah, cap pressure is on. They will get reset from the other side. I don't think they'll be able to cap out though. They had to be aggressive to take one side. Yeah.
Callan's on fire.
Where's Callan?
Right side.
Oh, he is on fire. They got I7 trying to shoot him, but didn't. I7 focusing their attention towards the field. They shot Magna.
Caps at 20 seconds, but Chai should have 3 people over there to get resets.
They do, and it got reset. Pulling back now. Willow's got reset. Yeah, and since the model didn't have field control, they will not be able to cap.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of time waiting for the I7s to die to the 3 in the field.
I think Tubby was reloading, so he came back, and now he's trying to spot Magna in light tank. On
committing more to the cap. They have 4 people on cap now. Looks like they're going over on.
They had to, but I think they had to do it right away because Fear will just sit there and farm them. They might kill one tank, but that's it.
Yeah, this is gonna be a down 3k HP. HP is equal now.
What happened? Did someone get set on fire?
I think so. I think a chieftain got set on, or either Super Conqueror, Chieftain, of Immortals got set on fire, but HP is now equal actually.
5,300, and Willow's capping. Tubbins will die though. Tubbins and tanks will die. They need to take out Fear, who's
Fear is still alive.
One shot. Desert is coming. He's pushing Fear. Is Tubbins Sir Tubbins not spotted because he should have shot. He put a shot in tanks. Yeah. If they had finished, if the Badger would have finished Fear, it would have been a different case. But he's just
Ooh, yeah, he's got
farming.
two shots for. He got two shots into tanks.
Does it might no?
Now Chai's up on HP now, and yeah, it's
Does it did finish? Chieftain, but yeah, they're low on tanks, low on HP, and he goes down. If they had did the same thing, right? I feel if you have to cap, you have to either win the one line or four line, or like the field side, right? So you don't get in a crossfire, especially in the field.
yeah. Or if they as soon as well, because they lost like I don't know, maybe 1,000 HP on the I7s to the people in the field. If
Mm-hmm.
they just said, okay, they're taking field side, we need to go now. We
Yeah,
would have saved 1,000 HP, right? And
and
then it's
and Desert should have pushed with the Batchat, when they're pushing Fear because Fear was full and they were not. The Batchat couldn't, he would not be able to finish.
Desert was a bit behind the push. It was a bit
Yeah,
slow.
yeah, because when he started pushing Batchat was already dead, so it didn't really go their way.
It was pretty close for the
Mm-hmm.
YOLO play. They almost made that work, or I guess a
Yeah,
partial YOLO play.
yeah. Again, as you said, maybe if
80%.
they had made it sooner, you know,
A bit more decisive. And make sure Fear died earlier.
going over the score we have. Tabin Batchat with 2,600, 5 out of 5 shots. So I don't think he was the one that set Talon on fire. It must have been one of the chieftains. Tanks in Chieftain 2,500 damage, 2 kills. And Desert in Chieftain 1,800 damage. Jack Jaxie in Chieftain 1,600. Willows in I7 with 1,400. Nate in I7 with 1,000 damage. And Tabin in Super Conk with 800 damage.
Then over on Chai's side, Envy and the Chieftain doing 4,000 damage. Big game over there. Fear and the Chieftain doing 3,500. Yeah, both those Chieftains just farmed mortals when they pushed in. Really need to deal with them faster. Average Jack and the Valor doing 3,000 damage. Leader and the Chieftain doing 2,600. Tank Kill in the I7 doing 1,600. Kellen and the Batchat doing 900 damage. And then Magna and the Light Tank doing 600 damage.
One of the heavy, one of the heavies on Chai's team was in the field as well, right? Was that I7?
It was the Fowler.
Oh, it was the Valor? Okay.
And then once the push came, he pushed in with the Batchat and Light.
Yeah, okay. So the rules with who gets to pick home side in tiebreaker. Chad said the team with the fastest attacking round picks their side for tiebreaker. If they aren't keeping track, host picks. So either way,
Fastest attacking
I
round.
think your bottles will pick because they rushed like they won the Arctic region pretty quickly and they lost, I guess, Muro relatively quickly as well compared to Kai's attack that lasted for like 8 minutes or something.
Yes, I think they did. So they'll definitely get the center of defense, but they do have to win the Murrow defense now.
That is true.
Which I think Murrow defense is easier than Murrow attack.
I don't know.
Slightly, I would say.
Is it?
I think defense is always a little bit easier than attack because you don't have to. Some maps, you don't really have to think too hard about it. You can kind of get in defensive positions,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you just trade well,
For
we win.
reference, we lost the defense yesterday as well in Muro, and RL lost the defense in Muro as well. So I mean, I think in defense, this comes down to hitting your shots well, right? Because your light tank can only spot so many times.
True.
But models might go with an aggressive approach as well, as we have seen them in the past, where they do not choose a light tank and they just
Push the field side.
yeah. We have seen, I think it was AWS when they were playing against corruption. We saw them do that as well. In was that 6v6? No, I think it was. I don't remember which tournament it was.
I believe it was SPQR, right?
Yeah, it was 7v7 SPQR where AWS just caught out corruption out of position and then they won. On time side, we have Tankler in V5, Lemur in I7, Kellen in Bad Chat, Fear in CS, Everjack in Valor, Mac9 Light Tank, and Amphitheotic in Chieftain.
Then over on Immortal's side, we have Tanks and Desert Chieftains, Whales and Valor, 8 in the IS7, Tubbins and Batchats, and then Pothole CS.
Again, will Chai read Immortals play here? Since Immortals do not have a light tank. But at the same time, Chai are sending all 7 of their tanks to the field. They might have suspected it, right? And Immortals only have 5.
Yeah, Magna's probably going to spot them here.
I think Nate can stay in this broken house or windmill, whatever it is. Going through the mid will keep them spotted. Maybe Immortals can give map control here.
Interesting way to play, but right now, I mean, it's just a 7v5, right?
It is, but that Chai doesn't know that. Chai currently has no map control. Immortals heavies are moving, or they're still out of position. Chai, I think they have to reevaluate their strategy. What can they do here?
Yeah, I think the heavy in G1 needs to move in now.
Yeah, because if Chai just push 9 line, I think they're getting information if they can, though.
I'm surprised nobody's taking any shots of damage.
I know that's. Yeah. Immortal's a little bit up on, I guess, because they have better position. Callan is pushing the backside, so is Fear. I think Light Tank will also do the same. They're trying to gain map control.
5. They are
rotating out.
They are leaving, actually. It looks like
they are, but as soon as Immortals know that they're leaving, Immortals heavies are in position to just farm them if they're coming in. So Immortals have all the map position, and I think once Chai knows that, they will push push the 9 line.
Yeah, I mean, Immortals look like they have a pretty good map position here. They have a whole map in the palm of their hand, really.
Pothole did take 1 shot. Is he in cover though?
Ooh,
I think
he's taken a couple big hits.
Callan got spotted. He took shot as well.
Thanks
dead.
Ooh,
what happened? Did he overpeak?
Spotted. Yeah, he got tracked.
That was I think very costly mistake by Immortals here.
Yikes.
They should be expecting a counter push, and we know that they don't miss a shot. We get curve shots as well.
Let's see how this goes over here, right? It's a 6v2.
Yeah, Immortals are pushing in. They might. No, I don't think. I think Immortals will lose all their HP here because everyone's covering these 2 heavies.
They're taking way too long to kill the tanks here.
Yep. There's 1 shot. Magna is coming as well. They took a shot, but maybe they can get in covered if they kill 2 tanks and Batchats get out of here and I7 hold.
Batchats are both 1 shots. Ooh, that Valor took a lot of damage going over that ridge.
It is. I don't think Immortals need to push right now because they do have. Where's their last heavy?
HP is close here. They can capitalize here, but the version 5 and 2 mediums are covering this.
Yeah, it is. I think, but those tanks are not able to support Valor. They want to take 1 more tank out. Nate's take a shot. He goes down. Tubby is 1 shot. Tubbin is 1 shot as well. Yeah, Magna will kill both. Yep. HP is in favor of Chai. They might kill average Jack here. Maybe.
Light tank goes down.
Light tank goes down? By what? Oh, Tubby killed the light tank. Maybe. It's winnable now because average Jack is also 1 shot. They're trying to finish him. And they did. I thought.
This version 5 gets 1 shot in though. They gotta not get hit by the version 5.
Yeah, they have to not get hit by the version 5. They know they can't leave. I think Batchat has a little bit more flexibility to leave, and so is the CS. Desert is still 1200. Pothole. Can he escape without getting shot in the back. Bottle is very healthy. Chai does have more HP though.
Looks like they're escaping actually.
Even the Chieftain is escaping. Even Desert managed to escape. That would be a game changer here. I had already called the game off. I thought I won, and now Chai is counter pushing. They realize that they're escaping. They should push the
I mean,
Chieftain.
there's Chai's still like 1,000 HP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they have a Chieftain, tank that can play hull down. And the Batchat, he's alive, even though he's one shot, but Tabe is alive. Kellen is coming in. I think Kellen would be a costly mistake here. No.
Ooh, that's
Desert got baited by Tank Killer.
yeah, taking that shot's yeah, really
Here's two shot. Maybe the Batchat can kill Fear, but I think Tabi got spotted. Did he?
bad. I would assume so.
Kellen's now rotating back to finish the Batchat because they know he's one shot. And he did. Now they have a tank advantage. Tank Killer.
5 misses.
Pothole was healthy. It doesn't miss the shot. But Samurai is down. Pothole took, I think, 2 or 3 shots. Yeah, that was. I called it off in the beginning, but even after losing a tank, Immortals were able to make a comeback. I think they took a little longer than they should have to kill those first 2 heavies.
Definitely.
I think they missed the shot or 2. And Bats lost a lot of HP. They did manage to survive, but they did lose a lot of HP there.
I mean, just losing tanks for free, really.
Mm-hmm.
Dare I say it probably lost them the game because they lost so much map control with him no longer there.
Yeah. Okay. On the scoreboard, we have average Jack and Chieftain, 3k damage. He survived on 1 shot for a little longer than he should have. Kalen and Batchat, 3k damage, 4 kills. Buren CS, 3k damage, 2 kills. Tanklin V5, 2100 damage and a kill. Magna and 100 LT with 1500. Lemur and I7, 1400. And M3 in Chieftain, 746. Also, I'm surprised how they've killed the light tank, because light tank was full and both Batchets were less than 100. Considering Batchets are autoloaders, I guess they hit their shot when
Yeah, maybe he just
dragged
that
them.
hit the shots. Yeah.
Yeah. On the model side, we have. Oh, you can go with models.
Desert and the Chieftain doing 3k damage. Tubians, the Batchat doing 2,700 as well. Bottle of the CS doing 1,900. Wills and the Devour doing 1,700. Tubbs the Batchat doing 1,100. Nate in the I7 doing 900. And then Tanks and the Chieftain doing.
I think Models had a really good spot. It's just a little bit of misplay on Chieftain's part there. He was not held down.
I don't think he had to peek either. I don't think he was really going to get any shots.
Yeah, because light tank was going to rotate out first, right? And would have spotted him regardless.
Yeah, it's definitely a very bad mistake to make, especially with version 5 and a Batchat staring at you.
It is. Well, and that's it for today's game. Unless there's another game right now. Let me see. No, not that I can see, but that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. We didn't have enough entries for giveaways, so we'll keep it running for a few days. And then we'll draw the winner. And you can still enter. And I'll message you on Twitch if you win. But GG to both teams. We had some really close games.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first one.
Definitely some interesting strategies played.
Yeah, Immortals played very aggressive though, except the first game, where they didn't play aggressive enough, I guess. Yeah, GG to both teams and congrats to Chai for winning. And then we play them next week. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, thanks for joining, Farron. And